everyone, I'm Adele and welcome to Toadstool House Art. So I've got a few things to be doing this week. First of all, I want to tie-dye a t-shirt because I've got a friend's birthday's coming up, so I'm going away for a few days with a group of friends. And the friends whose birthday it is kind of wants it to have like a 90s feel. So I want to do this tie-dye t-shirt for that. But I haven't done tie-dye for a long time and I haven't got any dyes or anything, so I'm thinking I'm gonna try acrylic paint. And I have researched this and it says it can be done as long as you water it down enough, or your t-shirt's gonna go stiff. So it's quite warm today, so I'm gonna try doing that out in the garden. Hopefully it'll dry pretty quickly, assuming it works. But speaking of t-shirts, I have another new one. I've got a lot of new t-shirts recently, but this one's special because this one is actually embroidered. So, as some of you might already know, my mum works, she owns and runs her own fabric shop. And she does embroidery as well. So we have these little toadstools on this green fabric, which is one of my favourite fabrics that she's had in the shop pretty much ever. There was a pink version, but it all sold out. But this one, it was almost all gone, so she decided to bring what was left on the bolt home and just make some stuff. And I politely demanded that I get something embroidered using this fabric. I'd like a face mask as well, in the same fabric. So yeah, so it's nice as well. So it doesn't feel like stiff or anything, which is good. So I'm a little bit picky. So yeah, it's enough about t-shirts. So I've got, how many? I am on my last watercolour for this series that I'm doing. And I mean, I won't give too much away, but because you'll see it you'll have seen it in the preview. But this is my most complicated sort of one that I've done. I was really worried about doing it. But I think it turned out pretty nice, so you will see that in a bit. I'm definitely opening my shop, once I've sent all these designs off and got it back. But I was kind of aiming for the end of August, but I think it might have to go into September, just because I don't think I'm going to be ready quite in time. Because like I say, I've got my friend's birthday next week. And so I'll be away for a few days, and then when I come back I've got something on at the weekend which is going to take up the entire weekend. So that's like a week gone, so I'd rather not rush it. So yes, still no launch date, but probably September. Alright, well, it's quite warm out here and I'm going to go find some containers or something for paint for this tie-dye, see what I've got. I might have to go through the recycling bin and see if I've got anything in there. Yeah, thank you for coming by, and hopefully you're not going to watch me ruin a whole new t-shirt. Okay, so I think I've gathered all the bits I'm going to need for this project. I got my white shirt. This is I think this is all cotton. And it's just one of the plain Fruit of the Loom ones. Found out some elastic bands, and for my containers I went through the recycling and I grabbed a bunch of these. They're just empty shampoo and conditioner bottles. I did 6, but I really don't think I'm gonna need 6 because the colours I've gone with are these, I think blue, pink and purple, to keep it simple. I did look at these colours as well, so I want kind of a pastel look, but I think I'll just go with like a pink, purple and blue. I think that'll be nice. So yeah, I need to sort of twist this t-shirt up. It's been a very, very long time since I did tie-dye. I think I did it in university last time. But yeah, and I've never done it with acrylic paint, so I might watch a quick tutorial before I get going. My cat is playing under the table. Okay. Alright, yes, and I need to change my jeans because I don't really want to be wearing my good jeans while I'm painting. Sorry, he's having the time of his life under there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so here are all my colours. I decided to add in another blue because I realised when I divided this shirt, this is in 8 sections. So it really should have at least 4 colours. That'll make it easier because I can just alternate then. So since I figured this is kind of a greeny blue, I went and just grabbed a very sort of pale periwinkle blue and watered that down. So yeah, I'm going to take this all outside now. And it's a pretty sunny day, so hopefully things will dry pretty quick. I genuinely thought I had messed that up. Ah, but look, you can even see like the spiral. I thought I'd made such a mess because those shampoo bottles are really hard to sort of control the flow. But this is exactly what I wanted, and I think maybe even the back might have even turned out better. So that is so cool. And with acrylic paint, you don't have to wait for it to dry before unwrapping it. So I am going to peg this on the line, and hopefully in an hour or so it should be dry. But that came out really well. I'm going to have to do some more. I've actually got half the paint still left, so I might do another one, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's so cool. I hope this dries alright. I hope it stays as it is now. But yeah, cool. So I mentioned last time about how my frog design from my last vlog was the most complicated design. Turns out that was a lie. It is in fact this one, this thistle. So I'm sketching out in Procreate like usual, and as you can see I kind of got carried away with drawing the petals. I was going to draw them all out individually, and then when I came to trace it I was going to ink all the petals and then I was going to colour them in. I'm like, that's because this is quite small. This fits on about it's meant to fit in like a 5-inch square. So, and I realised I was making it too complicated for myself. It would be much better to paint the petals first and then come back, and when I do the line work at the end, draw around them, because that's a lot easier than me trying to stay within the lines on such a small piece. And plus I figured I might look a bit more flowy that way. So what you see me doing now is coming back in with just watercolour. I haven't drawn the petals, but I put my my light pad back on, and so I'm going in and I'm just drawing the outline of where the petals are going to be, just to get the shape of the thistle right. So I'm doing it with a really watered down pink. That's just magenta straight out of the tube with a lot of water added to it, because I can always make these colours deeper and richer. And I'm just marking out the shape, and then it's just a case of going in with lots of different shades of purple, pink. I'd use a bit of blue later on to really get some depth going on this design. So it looks quite wishy-washy. It looks quite loose and sort of wet right now, but it all sort of like pulls together, and I need to let every colour dry before I'm going into the next one. So the petals that are sort of like in shadow, either towards the back or sort of coming out underneath, I did them more of a blue tone, just to make them seem, just to give the whole piece some depth. And then I come back in with purples and the pink again, and just sort of deepen that colour down. So this one took some time to sort of get going. I was quite worried for a while there that this one wouldn't work out, because I've never painted like this before. I'm one of the people that always draws the outline first and then colours in. Even if I go back over the outline and add details at the end, I still always start with a very clear image of where I'm going to end up. So this was stressful for me. I know for a lot of people painting without outlines is quite relaxing, but when you sort of do it half and half like this, and this is your first time, it's a lot. But I knew when I started doing these designs that I was going to have a thistle. It just got left till the end because I knew it was going to be a little tricky. I wasn't sure how I was going to manage it, because my intention was not to paint every individual petal like this. I was going to have it sort of quite... I like the watercolours which look sort of messy. They look like they're made up of splatters and things, and I thought that's what I was going to do. I was going to have it sort of a very wet paint, very splishy splashy look to it. But no, I went with this instead. Because I like thistles a lot. I mean, I don't know whether it's because my grandparents are Scottish or what, but I do just like them. They are also purple, which is my favourite colour, so I suppose I'm biased in a lot of ways. And I did lose a bit of footage there of me actually painting the bud of the thistle. I have no idea where that went. I think I just forgot to press record. So that was super smart of me. At least I think that's what I did, but it just wasn't there, so I'm afraid you missed that little bit. But I just come back in with the pen at the very end and redo all the lines, and finally get to draw in the lines around the petals. And I ended up, instead of using the brown, I used the black, and I think that looks a lot better on the petals at the front there. I did use some brown on the black, some brown on the back petals, just to make them look a little bit faded. But yeah, I think that came out really nice. I'm really happy with it. Okay, so these are all my pieces. They're all done now. I've just left them on sort of the paper. I haven't cut them down because my intention was to do them on sort of like 5-inch squares and get some frames maybe. But I'm actually having a little bit of trouble finding some frames, so for now they're just going to be like this. I'm going to put them in my little binder, hopefully to keep them safe. But yeah, I like how they've come out. Now I just need to scan them all in, because I always do all of that at once. So I'm going to scan them in, and I'm going to use Procreate to go around and take off all that background. I think I'm just going to use the eraser. Sometimes I will do it in Photoshop where I just click and select and delete, but I want these edges to be really neat because these are going to be cut out pretty close on wood, so if there's any sort of jagged bits that could show up. But yeah, I think this is I think I'm probably, if these look alright when they come, I probably am going to do a bunch more of them. So my tie-dye worked. I really like how this shirt came out. I'm not sure how well the colours are going to show up on camera. It's really sunny right now, so I don't know how that's going to affect it. But yeah, I really like it. It came out pretty much exactly how I wanted it to, because it's all pastel colours. And yes, but I did decide to do another one in much darker colours. So this is how it came out. So I think that's pretty cool. I have cut the sleeves. I'm not sure if I like it. It's got like this whole off the shoulder sort of. It's meant to look a bit messy, but I'm not sure if I overdid it. But I don't know if I'll be showing that. But yeah, it feels alright actually, considering I've used obviously more paint than this one. But it still feels pretty similar. It's not like gone all stiff and crispy or anything like that. So it's not bad. And it's got like this brighter pink like arc going through it. It doesn't have quite the same sort of exactly the same sort of spiral, but you can kind of see it. But I did, as it was drying, it was windy, so it kept flopping over the line, so I put pegs on the bottom, and now you can see where the pegs were. They were just meant to weight it down, but it wasn't fully dry yet, so it's left like white marks, but it's fine. I'm planning on wearing it tucked in anyway, because I don't like to cut the bottoms off shirts because I find they roll up a lot. So that was good. And I finally finished my watercolour pieces, as you've seen. So these are, I've already scanned them in, and as you've seen me remove all the backgrounds of these. So these have been sent off, and these will all become like a sort of mini series of little wooden pins. So like I said, I've sent them off, so I'm not sure how long it takes. The company I get them from is called Zap Creative, and they're usually pretty good, but if they're busy they might take a couple of weeks. But yeah, so hopefully you'll see me unpacking them pretty soon. And as I say, I'm busy next week, so I'm hanging out with a friend for their birthday. I'm fully vaccinated, by the way, so we were able to like get together for a bit. So that's why I did the t-shirts, for that they want like a 90s theme. But they're getting a bit nostalgic because it's their birthday, so it's fine. So yeah, I will be back next week. Hope you all have a good weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.